Welcome to another edition of The Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie. It's everything about the outdoors. Take it away, guys.
Good morning. Welcome to the Monday edition of the Good Outdoors radio show here in beautiful Valdosta, Georgia. Hang on just a minute. Knock the crap out of that thing, make it stop. Morning, Ronnie, Steve. How y'all doing?
Good. We doing good. How y'all doing this morning?
I'm good, man. I'm good to go. Had a great weekend, a wonderful Easter. We had a good time yesterday.
Full of Easter eggs, that's for sure.
I started to say, can you OD on Easter eggs?
Had plenty of them cracked on the top of my head, so kids could peel them and eat them. They like that now, the age-old tradition.
That's the hardest thing they can find to crack them on, probably.
Ain't no doubt about that. Highly effective.
Oh, man.
Impenetrable.
I got to work on my microphone here. Maybe that, I don't know. That thing's kind of weird.
A little static there will drive you crazy this morning.
Maybe. Yeah, I think that kind of straightened it out a little bit.
That would just straighten most anything out. Well, you just slap that.
We'll straighten it out or finish it off. One.
There you go.
Hey, man. Me and Steve, we went out to Mom's yesterday for Easter and had the fellowship with the family. Lots of family came in to join us and had a good time. And, Ronnie, what'd you do?
I did about the same. Went over to Angie's folks. We had a great time. Big feast.
Ate a lot.
Ate too much, went home, and about the time you texted me yesterday, you said, what are you doing? What are you up to? I said, well, got my belly full and my eyelids are very heavy.
Mm-hmm. And I said, sweet dreams.
And that's exactly what happened.
Time to pile up, boy, after something like that.
I did. Went down for about 3 hours. So
good gracious.
Yeah, I'm good.
Shoot, if I slept 3 hours in the middle of the day, that'd totally mess me up. I mean, that would ruin me. I wouldn't be able to go to sleep at night.
Dude, I've been told him, who sleeps at night? We're up here.
I do. When I do hit the bed, I'm out. That's for sure.
I hear you. Me and you both.
Yeah, I've been totally screwed up for how many months now? About 8 or 10 months now?
We'll work on it on a break. Don't worry. It's okay, Daryl.
Is he panicking on you?
He's panicking on me.
He's giving it the shaggy eye over there.
In his Barney shirt. By the way, you do look very nice in purple.
That's his Easter egg shirt, man.
Yeah. Well, Steve, I know you had a pretty good Saturday with your turkey hunting.
I did. My turkey hunting observation, I would say. I wasn't turkey hunting, but went over to Early County outside of Donaldsonville there with Big Al Dodds, the one sauce guru and turkey talker here on the Good Outdoors radio show, and Tim Keller from Talent Outdoors, our good buddy Tim. He set up a hunt there at Al's place there, and we were able to capitalize and shoot 2 turkeys there and get them on film for Hunting is Good TV. And Fred Pendleton here from Valdosta, he's a disabled veteran, and what a joy it was to hunt with him. And he don't get to go much no more. His disability, it makes him hard. He has to have a lot of help, so kind of narrows his chances to go down. So he was proud to go, and that was his first turkey, an avid hunter, and his first turkey since 2007. So
wow,
about 6 years there. He hadn't had a chance to shoot one, and we had a great hunt that morning. We had Al did a fly down call, and one flew right down into us. I mean, right down in our laps, but it was to the right, and Fred was kind of positioned to shoot to the left a little. He couldn't move around on the gobbler, and it got away. And then about 30 minutes later, one come strutting down the road in there. Nice gobbler too, boy. Had probably a 10-inch beard, and he got up there behind some bushes, and we didn't have a decoy out, which we should have, but he kind of ambled off, and we didn't get a shot there neither. So we moved locations and sat down, and Al said, "This is called the sand pit. I've had some good years here." And we sat down. Al hit the call about twice, and here they come, buddy. 2 of them come topping over the hill, and Fred lowered the boom on the one on the right, and Al, he went on a shooting spree. He shot the other one, wounded it. Noticed that Fred's was still flapping over there and trying to get away. Shot it, finished it off, and then the one that Al shot at and wounded come running by him, and he shot and rolled it. But I think there was a total of 4 shots, best I could tell, going on there. And then Tim texted me and said, "That didn't sound good unless you got 4 dead birds." And I said, "Well, we got 2, but it was a good time. We had a really good time. Good food, had some good barbecue, and man, we had a great time over there.
Nice place over there, isn't it?
Nice place, built right there on a creek. Man, it was beautiful, swift flowing creek there. You if somebody blindfolded you and dropped you in there, you'd think you were in North Georgia.
Yes, sir.
And you got some good footage for Hunting is Good TV.
Very good footage. Very good story. Of course, it's right there on the hills of Country Goes Hunting. They had a good time over there. Shot some turkeys. The turkeys were gobbling their fool head off Saturday morning. I ain't never heard nothing like it, man. There must have been, it had to be at least 12 different turkeys. Some of them were across the Chattahoochee over there in Alabama, but man, they were gobbling. Good, no lie.
Well,
Sounds familiar, doesn't
I'm
it?
glad they were where you at, because they sure wasn't where I was at this weekend. We had a bad weekend.
Yeah, I'm getting the same report on Lowndes and Brooks County birds. They've been a little tight-lipped.
Man, I don't know what in the world went on this weekend. And me and Matt went out there Saturday and just we heard two or three different birds gobbling off the property. We didn't hear the first bird on this property to gobble. We couldn't see them anywhere. We couldn't hear them anywhere. We did run up on two that morning with a hen, but nothing. I mean, nothing out of all the birds there. And this place is loaded. I mean, loaded with birds. We didn't hear anything. Nothing on our property. So went back yesterday morning for just a few minutes and still didn't hear nothing. So I don't know, man. I'm at a loss. I'm just grasping at straws here. Been doing a little research on it and can't figure out nothing, but they're just henned up. You know?
Yeah, I think it's always a little tough at the beginning of the season.
It's always the third and
Georgia.
fourth weekends are my best weekends. Always have been for the past 15 years. So
It'll probably get a little better. It'll probably tighten up there.
yeah.
What helps you with turkeys is when you hear them gobble. You know they're there, and that gives you a little bit of an edge. But when they're not talking, you start wondering: are they gone? Did they leave? It's a little harder there. It becomes,
Is it me?
Yeah, it becomes
Do I
hunting.
stink?
No, but you got a lot of static in your voice.
Yeah, I got a lot of static in my voice. I'm
If
working
he's got
on it as
static
we
in his,
speak.
if he's got static in his calling. That's
That's
probably
probably what's
happening.
going down. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Might be. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Michigan Final Four. How many teams? Who other besides? How many teams in the Final Four?
They
Final
put a
Four?
spanking on
Four
Florida,
of them.
didn't they?
How many? I mean, what other teams are in the Final Four?
Well, the Wichita State Shockers shocked the world and have entered into the Final Four. There you got
Nice.
Wichita State, Michigan, Louisville, and I can't remember the other one now.
Louisville's the favorite, probably. Though, even
Oh,
with the
yeah, they're
birthday,
number
right?
one seed. Yeah, that's who I've got winning it all, Louisville. But I'd gladly, since I'm not in a pool to win any money, I'd gladly sacrifice me being right and picking Louisville to see Wichita State win it all.
What's the final score on Michigan, Florida?
79-59. They walloped them.
Last
Really?
time I saw it was like 41-12 or something like that.
God.
And I was sitting there with my father-in-law. He said it ain't much of a
Well,
game.
let me tell you something.
No,
One of the most
busting
amazing
3-pointers.
One of the most amazing performances I've ever seen on a basketball court was between Syracuse and Marquette. Syracuse held Marquette with that zone defense, held them to 39 points total in an NCAA
Really?
game. Yeah,
Wow.
stiflate them. That's just less than 10 points a quarter.
Stiflate. That's a new word.
It is. That's a new one now.
That is an actual
Stiflate.
word.
Is stiflate an actual word?
It is an actual word. Look it up in the dictionary.
Look it up, Daryl.
Oh, that's pretty good, though. I was going to give you credit for a new word, but
I didn't invent it. I wish
I've
I
heard
did.
of stifle.
It's going to be with the PH, not an F, Daryl.
Stifled with an ED is when you have already stiflated them. It's past tense.
I don't know about it. I just don't know.
I'd like to take credit for inventing the word, but ain't no money in it, so who the heck cares? You don't get money for inventing words.
Yeah, well,
It's good enough when you might.
yeah, I'm gonna go out this weekend again and get after some more turkeys. I just don't know where to go. I'm gonna go back with Matt, but I don't know what. I'm at a loss, man. I'm gonna do some talking this week, and oh yeah, by the way, y'all, today is April 1st.
It's April Fool's Day.
I
Yep.
came in this morning, turned the computer on, and the mouse wouldn't work. Just wouldn't do nothing. So here I am.
Who unplugged it?
Nobody unplugged it. That's what was on the bottom of the mouse blocking the eye. Daryl Sample Jr. came in yesterday and put April Fools and drew a picture. I guess it's a spider. I don't know. I mean, it really wasn't that scary. Yeah. And by the way, Ronnie, thanks yesterday for the text. It was really nice.
That was a nice one, wasn't it?
Yeah, big old spider on the side of the house. Y'all, man. Oh, yeah. What y'all problem
Spider
was trying to
took us
scare
back.
me.
I hope that picture was photoshopped. That's all I've got to say.
It was. I had to be. There ain't no spider that big in the world.
It's like Stevie said, ain't no tarantula in the world that big.
No, sir.
Oh.
No, sir.
I had I don't know about the turkey hunting. I know I've heard a few other people. Paul McSwain's having some problems, and he'd rather hunt birds somewhere other than the South Georgia River system, which I'm starting to tend to agree with him. I'm having some tough times here. Give us a call this morning after the break here coming up, and tell us what you did this weekend. 229-253-0995, and let us know how y'all's weekend turned out. And man, there's a lot of activity. There's a lot of people going fishing Saturday. Let me tell you, I was where was we at? Saturday afternoon, I think I was going into Valdosta, and there was boat after boat after boat after boat. I guess they were coming back home.
Yeah, I saw a lot of them too. Over there around Donaldsonville, I guess they hitting Lake Seminole. So,
yeah.
A lot of them was at stores, fueling up, getting ice, and coming back, going. Man, it was saw a lot of camouflage too. A lot of people were turkey hunting over that way. There's some serious turkeys over in that region. Early County, man, they I don't know how many they ended up with turkey with Country Goes Hunting. It was down a little bit this year. There wasn't quite as many hunters, but last count I heard they were at 16, I believe, if that was accurate. So
that's not a bad year at all.
Not bad, but they killed 49 last year, so it's way off. But there again, I think it's due to the number of actual hunters. They, of course, did it a little different and invited just some wounded warriors, select wounded warriors. So wasn't quite as many people in the field there.
Hey, there's a sound for our first break.
And Syracuse is
the have a mic beating up in here.
Yeah, Syracuse plays Michigan, and then Louisville plays Wichita State. So it's probably gonna be Louisville versus one of the other two. But go Shockers!
I picked up a copy of the latest Going South Sportsman magazine this morning. Got some alligators in it. We'll come back. We're gonna talk about that and how big they are. Thanks for listening to the Good Outdoors, everybody. We'll be right back.
Here we go again. Every time there's a food plot to be planted, Daryl's nowhere to be found. You see him, Ronnie?
He's probably in the truck eating a dang sandwich.
I'm sitting right here by this tree, and they don't even see me.
Man, that Realtree AP was designed to blend hunters with their surroundings, not hide them when it's time to work.
I'm so hidden, the scooters can't even find me.
Okay, Daryl, come on. We got to get this stuff planted.
What's that? Hey, stop it.
Realtree. It's so real, a coyote might pee on it.
Serves you right, you slacker.
The grill might be in storage, but that's what campfires are for. And the backyard party is on hiatus, but that's because everyone is tailgating. Only the seasons change, tastes don't. And when you've got Bud Light Lime, you don't need summer to have a good time. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Look for a Bud Light Lime and find your summer state of mind anytime. It's in the lime. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Lime flavored beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
What in the world is that noise?
Sounds like the transmission's about to come out of my truck.
Transmission? Sounds like Alien versus Predator under there. Let's get it to Ronnie at Eagle Auto Repair.
Ronnie, I got a problem.
Problem? It sounded like Superman fighting the Incredible Hulk.
No, it was worse than that.
Come on, man. This is for real. I ain't got the money to be fixing no big problem.
Chill out, dude. You're at Eagle Auto Repair. You know we'll fix it right and as inexpensive as we can. We only use quality parts, and my guys are some of the best trained technicians in town.
Yeah, but can they stop a fight between Godzilla and King Kong? Because I'm betting that's what they're going to find under there.
Eagle Auto Repair.
321 Lakes Boulevard, Lake Park, Georgia.
Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has been serving South Georgia and North Florida for over 3 decades. With 9 locations in the South, Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a full-line distributor for all welding and industrial supplies. The Jones mission is to provide quality products at a competitive price in order to supply the best service available. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has built a reputation for good, honest, old-fashioned service. For a location near you, visit www.joneswelding.com. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a proud supporter of the Good Outdoors. It's that time of year. People everywhere will be scrambling to find somebody to take care of filing their taxes. Fast Tax and Bookkeeping at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q has a quick turnaround time and the knowledge to prepare your taxes properly, making sure you are getting what's due. With $25 1040 EZ filings, electronic refunds in a flash, military and college student discounts, and fast and friendly service, drop by and see Lisa Griffiths and the gang at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q, or give them a call at 229-253-0181 to schedule an appointment.
So you need a car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Midway Auto Emporium at 4189 Bemis Road, Valdosta, Georgia. Cameron and Melissa Tucker has been serving the Valdosta area for over 7 years now. They are a family-owned and operated local business with hometown values and still believe in handshake deals. With a great selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, with a Carfax report on every one of them, along with bank financing at all credit levels and interest rates as low as 1.85% with approved credit. 4189 Bemis Road, or visit their website at midwayautoemporium.com.
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Yeah, let's try that. See if my microphone might be a little bit better.
It is better.
Seems to be a little better. Yeah, I was kind of tooling around this morning and saw this Going South Sportsman magazine talking about big old alligators, and man, are they. There's some giant gators out there. And they're coming from all over South Georgia, Florida, South Carolina. There's a 13-foot 5-inch one here caught in 2010, 1,025 pounds in South Carolina.
That's a whopper.
Yes, he is absolutely just huge. They got a backhoe picking him up, and the backhoe looks like it's extended all the way up, just as hard, just as high as it can go. That's the number one.
He's bigger than the boom.
He is. Yeah, his tail's got to be dragging on the ground under that trailer there.
I'm talking about the width of him and all. He's big.
Yeah, he is big. The number two, Tom Grant, killed one in Mississippi. State record in 2012, weighed in at 697.5 pounds, and it was 13 feet 1.5 inches. Think about that, though. You got one at 13 feet 5 inches that was 1,000 pounds, and this one 13 feet 1, it was only 700 pounds. Only 700 pounds.
That's all on what you eat.
Huge. He's huge, man.
It's just like people, you're 6'1" and 310, and Ronnie's like 5'10" and 290. I mean, different.
290. Good God, man.
Well, I mean, you less than Daryl.
Well, you just know. I'm just look like I'm more because I'm shorter. I'm more compact.
Well, I mean, you're 20 pounds. Daryl's 310. You got to be less than that. You two what? 290.
No, I'm 250.
250.
I'm 6'1", 238 pounds.
That's a lot of McLovin.
A lot of McLovin. The number three here is from Arkansas, 1,380 pounds and 13 feet 3 inches. State record holder.
All that really matters is how long his tail is, because that's about all that you can eat.
No, man.
No, man, you eat
Wrong.
the whole.
Shoulder meat's some of the best meat on him.
I don't never see nobody keeping those shoulders.
The front legs, front shoulder, they actually taste better than the tail does.
I guess they don't like cleaning them is the reason they don't keep them.
That's the biggest part.
Is there much meat on the shoulder?
Yeah.
Really?
On the front legs? Woo.
Pretty good bit of it. Yeah,
I actually don't like none of him, from his tip of his nose to the tip of his tail. I just ain't. I mean, I can eat it, but it ain't nothing I crave.
I like gator too.
I'd rather eat an Easter egg.
Then there's another one.
Even after yesterday.
There's a 13-foot 8-incher in here. Now that's a big old gator.
Now what's the world record alligator?
I don't know. I've never heard of that.
I bet it's 20 foot plus.
Well, I'll be looking at that right now.
Chad Jones got one in here, 680 pounds from Mississippi. Another one in here, 838 pounds, 14-foot 2-inch gator in the Alabama River. That's a big gator too. And then from Florida, 12-foot 3 inches, 800 pounds. 2011, wow, 690.5 pounds. And then another 13 feet 1 inch, only 680 pounds. Only 680 pounds. Man, can you imagine a 13-foot gator?
That's all right, but ain't nowhere near the world record.
What is the world record, by the way?
That'd be 19 feet 2 inches, weighing 2,000 pounds.
Where was that killed?
Louisiana.
19 feet when? How long ago?
World's longest, largest alligator, 1890, caught in Marsh Island, Louisiana, 19 feet 2 inches. The weight is officially unknown, but estimates between 2,000 and 2,300 pounds.
They didn't have scales back then, did they?
If they did, they didn't have any big enough to weigh his big butt.
19 feet. I've
seen
some.
Probably close to 20, like I said.
I've seen some 13-footers, especially out, and possibly a little bit longer, maybe. I'm not sure, because I sure wasn't going to get out and measure them as you're fishing, especially Occidental and places like that. But I could not imagine a 20-foot one. I think, Lord, there's a crocker gator out there.
The longest Florida alligator on record is 17 feet 5 inches, and the heaviest official Florida gator is 1,043 pounds outside of Gainesville, Florida, in 1989.
No, man, that's too much.
That's a lot.
That's way too big. Way too big. I don't need nothing that big.
Can you imagine the damage he could inflict on you?
In one single bite.
In one bite.
One bite, he can cut you in half.
Yeah, but he doesn't. He likes to roll and twist you in half.
Tear you apart limb to limb and then chew you up.
Find a root or something to wedge you under till you rot, and then he comes back and eats you.
He could actually swallow you whole.
You make it sound so rough.
It's not going to be a boat ride, buddy.
Yeah, you better stay in.
If he's coming at you with his mouth open and you know you cannot escape, the best thing you can do is stick your head in his mouth and hope that's the first thing he twists off.
As you pray,
Yeah.
as you pray to God to forgive you of your sins.
Yeah.
Because you are gone. You're a goner. You're not. There ain't no fighting back on that situation.
Oh man!
Of course, you know as big as that joker is, he probably don't move super fast like an 8-footer.
Just jump on his back.
I would fight back.
Oh, I'd try to fight.
So
back.
I guarantee you're gonna fight back. It's just
I
your
would
natural
just stick
instinct.
my head in his mouth.
You're not gonna go. That's it.
Well,
But I'm probably gonna drown before he kills me anyway. All the water I'll be sucked in from shock.
Yeah, one deep breath and you're
Yeah.
gone.
oh, there goes my microphone again.
You die by alligator death as you drown. Double whammy.
You know, Denny Hamlin, he stands. He has some very long odds to him to make the chase this year. Very hard. It's going to be very hard for him to do.
He's not gonna make the chase.
He's going to be out for around 6 weeks or so, and he's got some a long road though. He's going to miss 5 races. Yeah, because he wouldn't have one this weekend, so he's going to miss about 5 races. I don't know that he's going to be able to do it. He's going to have some heck of a drive to want to make the chase to prove everybody wrong. But I say, Denny, you ain't going to make it. If you're out there listening, you ain't going to make it, buddy.
Probably ain't gonna want to smack that wall again, so he might be a little timid the first few weeks.
Thomas Gray posted a little thing here on our Good Outdoors Facebook page at the Good Outdoors
I
with
don't
a
like
Z.
Thomas Gray right now.
And it's the Jack Daniels fishing story. I'm going to read it to you very quickly. I went fishing this morning, but after a short time, I ran out of worms. Then I saw a cottonmouth with a frog in its mouth. Frogs are good bass bait, and knowing the snake couldn't bite me with the frog in its mouth, I grabbed it right behind the head, took the frog, and put it in my bait bucket. Now the dilemma was how to release the snake without getting bit. So I grabbed my bottle of Jack Daniels and poured a little whiskey in its mouth. Its eyes rolled back and it went limp. I released the snake into the lake without incident and carried on fishing using the frog. Not long after, I felt a nudge on my foot. It was the daggum snake with 2 more frogs. Life is good.
He knows what's good, don't he?
Yeah. You want another snort of that?
Sound like 2.
Yeah. That's funny.
And Richard Peterson, he was out there fishing yesterday, a little Easter Sunday bassing, holding up a nice little bass there. Man, that's a pretty lake. I got a pretty good idea where that one's at, too. I think I probably know about where that's at out there, close to where Chuck lives.
You think so?
I think so. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Very close to where Chuck lives?
Yeah. Richard, let me know if that's right or not. That's a nice bass, nice fish, nice looking pond.
We're not calling names out loud, but Cypress Lake's very close to where Chuck lives because he lives in Cypress Lake.
Well, not in it, but right on it.
In the subdivision.
Well, not even on it, beside it.
Yeah, in the subdivision anyway.
Y'all get it right. Oh, turkey! I want to get back on turkey hunting. I'm perplexed, y'all. I don't know what to do with the birds out there. I'm lost. This is the first time I've ever dealt with anything like this, and I just don't know what to do.
I know what you need to do.
What?
You need to go with either Al or Chuck. Or Kevin. Kevin Farr from Pecker Record.
I talked to Kevin. He has actually volunteered, hopefully, if everything goes good, he's not going to Nashville this weekend, to come over this weekend and help out. I don't know that it would do any good without any turkeys gobbling. I mean, he'd do the same thing that we do, is set up. And
except he does it right.
I can tell you about the only thing you can do, in my opinion, is go out there and look for sign where they're scratching and feeding, and then go sit there and deer hunt them all day long.
Yeah, and
that's all you can do.
That's just not the way I want to do it.
Especially over there where you're going with all those mosquitoes.
Yeah, man, are they bad? I think I had 15 on my dash this morning.
I've never in my life seen them this bad. Never. I haven't. I was when Daryl texted me Saturday morning something about mosquitoes. I think it was Daryl, and they wasn't bothering us at all that morning because it was nice and cool. But when we got up and moved, by the time we moved, well, right before we moved, they started coming out a little bit. And I seen 1 or 2 buzzing, But when we moved and sat down, thank God we weren't there but 10 minutes. But when we sat down, I have never. I mean,
never.
It was only. It was almost blocking your vision, and I'm not even exaggerating. When they get around your head net, they're trying to get around your eyeballs. I was having a hard time, but finally my Thermacell, I fired it up. And, you know, it takes a few minutes to get going. After it got going, it blocked them back, but you could literally see them out there in the peripheral zone of the Thermacell. I mean, it was awful.
They were so thick. I told Matt Saturday morning, they were so thick. I said, if a turkey comes out, you're going to have to shoot twice. He said, why? I said, the first one, you're not going to hit nothing but mosquitoes. You're going to blow a hole in them. The second one will reach the turkey, but you better shoot as fast as you can. Let me tell you, we went.
They
out
were
there
landing
Friday.
on Thermacell, weren't they?
Yeah, Friday. We went out there Friday afternoon, and you know, just looking around. We didn't have any mosquito repellent, which we did Saturday. We went out Friday afternoon looking around, and we absolutely were run back into the truck because it takes, you know, 5 minutes or so for the Thermacell to start taking effect. They were literally killing us. I mean, they were just about to carry us off. And we went to the river down there. We parked at the boat landing, and I laid the Thermacell on the front of the truck. We walked down to the river where there was a good breeze, just looking at the river for 5 solid minutes. The wind was blowing, the mosquitoes off of us. We walked back to the truck. I said, okay, the Thermacells had time to take effect. Now, we got right there beside it, and they were landing on the Thermacell. Landing on it. Brand new pad and everything. I mean, it didn't stay there long, just landing on it. You know, they take them a whiff of smell.
That's some brave skeeters right there, boy.
They'd smell it and then they'd haul butt. But they were still there, so I said, you know what, the heck with this, let's go. We jumped back in the truck, and every time you open the door and close it, there's 25 mosquitoes get trapped inside. We had a Thermacell going on the dash and the air conditioner running wide open, trying to knock them back. Man, it was Saturday morning was a different story. We had 2 bottles, one each, of mosquito repellent, and we soaked down with it before we put our face mask and gloves on, which helped. They were still swarming around you. Walking through the woods, you feel them hitting your arm. You know they're thick.
It's going to be a rough bow season when bow season gets here. It's going to be tough. You know, at least with turkey season, you can put the mosquito spray on as well as the Thermacell. Right. Well, it's break time. We're going to take a little break here. We'll be back in just a few minutes on the Good Outdoors.
There's only one place in Valdosta if you want the freshest seafood in town. It's Bubba Jack's Crab Shack at 1700 West Hill Avenue. They got wild Georgia shrimp cooked about any way you could want it. Fried, peel and eat, grilled, or buffalo style. They got a Wednesday night oyster special at $7.99 a dozen, and that ain't no mistake. $7.99 a dozen, Wednesday night only. Bring the kids with you, and if they don't eat seafood, get them some chicken tender baskets or hamburger or hot dog. And do not forget to try the fresh cut, hand-dipped onion rings at Bubba Jack's Crab Shack, 1700 West Hill Avenue, Valdosta. Val Optics on Patterson Street in Valdosta, Georgia has been providing 1-hour service for 25 years. From eyeglass repair to eye exams conducted by one of 2 on-site optometrists, Val Optics is there for all of your eyesight concerns. There is no need for an appointment, and most insurances are accepted. Val Optics also accepts outside prescriptions. So if you need eyeglass repair or an eye exam, stop by Val Optics at 601 North Patterson Street, Valdosta, Georgia. 25 years in business says it all. Service. It's a very simple word, but you'd think it's French. At Deep South Sanitation, our service will never be questioned. We are there when we say we'll be there. If there's a couple extra bags by the can, we pick it up. Deep South Sanitation don't care if the lid won't close. All the more reason to dump it. If you're elderly or disabled, the Deep South Sanitation team will get your can, dump it, and put it back. If trash blew out, we don't leave it, we pick it up. Keep the money you pay for sanitation services local by supporting Deep South Sanitation, a locally owned business. Call Carrie Scarborough today at Deep South Sanitation, 229-559-0200.
Moss Trim Shop is Valdosta's oldest automotive upholstery shop. From automotive to marine upholstery to convertible and vinyl top, Moss Trim Shop can cover all your sewing needs. Locally owned and operated by Bobby Brantley, Moss Trim Shop become Valdosta's oldest and best in the upholstery business by being a dependable, service-oriented, and on time with your project. So if you have an automotive or marine upholstery need, stop by Moss Trim Shop at 733 East Hill Avenue or give them a call at 229-242-8544.
So you do it, son.
Hey, Ronnie, you know how much people love Austin's Cattle Company?
How much do they love Austin? more than Charlie Daniels loves shredding a fiddle.
That's right. Everybody loves Austin's freshly hand-cut steaks. These award-winning steaks are cooked to perfection and served sizzling hot. Austin's Cattle Company was voted best steak, best hamburger, and best sports bar in Valdosta by you. So when you get a hankering for a hot heaping helping of our delicious baby back ribs, shrimp, chicken, prime rib, seafood, or world-famous steaks, head on down to exit 16 off I-75. Austin's. It's an addiction you never have to quit.
Austin, an addiction that you never have to quit.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Good Outdoors radio show. Our phone lines are open, 229-253-0995. Give us a call. Tell us what you're thinking about, what you did this weekend, and what you want to hear about. We were talking a little bit about Korea.
We were, yeah. That, bombing another country is a great outdoor activity.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but something's going to happen here shortly.
Yeah, something. Well, you're right. Something's going to happen, and I predict he's going to shut his daggone mouth. That's my prediction. That's my official prediction.
Yeah, North Korea, they're on the verge of getting the crap beat out of them. How about that?
Well, everybody knows he's a little bit crazy, but come on, man, are you that crazy? Are you that stupid? He's gonna get his.
He obviously doesn't watch the news and hasn't for years.
Yeah, he hasn't. I mean, everybody's against
Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna blow you up, brother.
We can list them now if you want to.
We're gonna rain bombs down on you, son.
He's gonna be singing, "You dropped a bomb on me."
No, he ain't gonna be singing nothing.
He might go, "You." That's about all he's gonna get out right here. That'd be about it. That's the only thing. But we were talking about everybody's against it. Everybody. Usually when there's a conflict, there's somebody saying, "Well, y'all need to leave him alone." Blah blah. No, everybody's on his back. Everybody.
Yeah, well, like I told you yesterday, they might be on his back. To the United States, telling the United States that, but who in the heck is helping fund him behind our back? China, Russia, which one?
If the truth be known, we've probably thrown a few dollars at him ourselves.
I promise you we have. China has been their I guess I don't know if I'll call them an ally, but China has supported them through the years, and even them, they're saying, "Hey, man, this ain't cool. You got to back down," and he ain't. The only thing we trying to figure out right now is how to measure that bomb to where it don't trickle into South Korea.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
We're trying to downsize it so we don't blow up somebody else.
If it was called Korea and there wasn't no north and south, he'd probably already be boofed.
Oh, man. All I can tell Korea, y'all fix to get a really big, nice lake.
If you live on the border between North and South Korea, you might better move.
I wouldn't move. You fixed to have Great Lakes front property.
Well, I would move temporarily, and then I'd come back and reclaim my spot.
Well, you might not want to be there when the sandstorm hits. But
no, man, you're gonna lose all your hair. Your eyes are gonna be blind. You're gonna get.
It's gonna turn black, fall off. Well, yeah, you're right. Move out for a little while.
You get out of there. Clear out.
Did y'all hear about
send the bird back in first?
Y'all hear about the 75 car pileup in Virginia?
God, that was
75. Massive.
Well, there was a four car pileup here on North Alst Road Friday afternoon.
75 car pileup on I-77. 75 vehicles involved in 17 different crashes. A real foggy area. Yesterday afternoon, this happened. If I'm not mistaken, after about 1:15. It killed at least 3 people. I mean,
wow. Best thing you can do in that scenario is jump out of your car, run in the woods as fast as you can.
Yeah, you're right. You're actually.
They probably tell you to stay in the car. I'm getting out. I'm going in the bushes.
You're actually right. I'm not going to tell you that's the best thing to do, but that might be what I would do.
Yeah, I'm gonna go enjoy the good outdoors.
75 cars, man.
What do you think that wildlife does? How does it recover? We all know what happens when they get blown up. I'm saying, how bad is it on them? Think about the devastation that they suffer.
We still bombing Korea now? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, just bombing anybody. What do they do when they? If it's a nuclear bomb, they're gone. They're dead. And it just, like Nagasaki and Hiroshima. I wonder how the wildlife situation is over there today. They were bombed in the 40s there, but
I wouldn't think there'd be a bunch of wildlife around there, except maybe birds.
It
was all metropolitan areas, right?
It's all had time to recuperate.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it bombed. I don't know how many square miles, but it went way beyond the metropolitan areas. They bombed the whole dang thing.
When you're dead, buddy, you don't recuperate.
No, you ain't gonna recuperate from death.
I'm talking about move back in.
Yeah, that's
you know,
when you're dead, you don't move back in.
From the outside in. You know, the ones that survived outside, they've all had time to come back in.
I don't know. Grass still won't grow at Chernobyl, will it?
I don't know. You think about this when you burn a place. You know, Riverbend Plantation out there. I go by it going out to hunt turkeys, and they're just burnt the entire place. It's beautiful out there. You can see for hundreds of yards in the woods. But Friday they had actually burned one big section of it. And I was thinking the whole weekend going by there, Friday, Saturday, and then yesterday, I said, what in the world? The animals had to leave. The deer, the turkeys, everything had to leave out from under there, or they get burned up. Well, I know they did leave, and I know when they went back.
If you was a lizard or a inchworm, you probably didn't make it.
Well, no. But they went back Saturday night or Sunday morning. I promise you they went back because there was tracks you wouldn't believe across that road going in there to check it out.
They like to go back over it, and also when it starts sprouting that new green, man, that's the best of the best, sweet, tender food.
But they sure moved back in, man. It was unreal, the traffic across the road yesterday. And but that's that's another good thing. Talk about burning woods. It drives a lot of animals out. Obviously, all of them don't make it in a bomb. Of course, all of them don't make it. Some of them survive. I don't know what does it. The cockroach probably does. They sure do. They survive anything.
It lands on his head, he doesn't. I've seen what a tennis shooter do to one. Tennis shoe will do to one.
The radiation don't harm a roach, though. That's a fact. Weird.
Yeah, a roach is weird anyway. I hate them. But you think about it, you brought up a good point. It pretty much kills all life there. As life as you know it anyway, everything's gone. How long does it take to grow back from something like this? How long did it and Ronnie brought up a good point. Grass won't grow in Chernobyl. A lot of things won't happen because all the nuclear over there. But when it
depends on what kind of bomb it is.
Yeah. And what would we drop? What kind of bomb would we drop over there?
We won't drop a nuclear
bomb. I don't know, but I'll tell you.
It won't be nuclear.
It won't nuclear. We'll go over there, we'll carpet bomb him and put him out of commission for a while.
That cluster bomb that they dropped on Hulk in that movie, that's the one. I wouldn't want
bad boy.
I wouldn't want to be around
That's the gift that keeps on giving for a little while.
It won't kill a Hulk, but now it'd probably hurt a Steve. Guarantee you that, boy.
Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him, but he better change his tune. He better shut up, and he better stop trying to get nuclear power over there. And
well, you talking about Kung Jun?
Yeah.
Kung Jun, but he's already got a nuke.
Yeah, but it's not doesn't have any reach to it.
No. Well, the bomb has to be delivered. That's for sure. And I think that they said that he can get it to Alaska. That's the only U.S. soil that they know that he can reach. But he keeps claiming on bombing Las Vegas, and I don't know where he's getting that at. They're gonna pick it up, throw it twice. I don't know. I don't know, man. But it ain't going to it ain't going to Nevada.
Got a relay system or something.
Yeah, he says, "Yeah, I'm gonna bomb New York City, Nevada," and he named all these places he gonna bomb, and the only one it can touch is like the outermost regions of Alaska, possibly.
All you're doing is playing video games lately.
Yeah, I don't know. They produced that video that showed them getting he showed the video killing or capturing 150,000 Americans. He showed that to his people, so they think they don't have that contact with the outside world. They actually think they've got 150,000 prisoners somewhere. Yeah, we got a call coming in. We'll see who this is. Good morning, caller. You on there on the Good Outdoors? How are you?
Good morning, guys.
What's up, Stick?
What's going on?
Oh, we don't know it, brother.
Y'all talking about the good North Korea?
Oh yeah, Kung Jung Dung or whatever his name.
Yeah, Kung Jung Stupid.
Yeah.
Y'all, I seen on the news, was it yesterday or the day before, where U.S. had sent 2 stealth bombers from Kansas over there.
Yep.
They flew 25 straight hours and dropped a dummy bomb on some island, I guess, or a bombing range or something, and then flew back.
Yep.
So, just to kind of send them a warning.
Yeah, and then yesterday we sent some F-22 stealth fighters over to show him what they could do.
Yeah.
But, he's got to be one of the stupidest men in the world if he does anything to set anybody off because everybody's against him.
Yeah. I guess he don't want to see next Easter.
No, he don't. He
don't care nothing about it, does he?
He probably didn't celebrate this one.
No, probably not. Talking talking about the mosquitoes, though, I was out there Saturday afternoon going to try and mow the yards and get ready for Easter, you know, and daggone mosquitoes were eating me up. I said, you know what? If y'all want it, y'all can have it. So they finished mowing the yard for me.
Yeah, they can do it. They can sure do it.
Good Lord. And my guy called me. Last year I had a guy out of Adel, that D-Tech Pest Control, sprayed the mosquitoes, and it helped a lot. Well, he called me early last week, and I never returned his call. Saturday evening, I got in the house. I called him back.
Yeah, you got him on speed dial now, don't you?
You need to come on quick as you can.
Yeah.
But it did help spraying them things.
In Hayhire, they got the truck that goes around, or they did, last year.
Yeah. Well, I live out in the country. I live in the middle of a 40-acre field, so
yeah.
It's just all this rain we've had, man. Everything's wet, and the ditches full of water. They breeding like whatever right now.
Like rabbits.
Like rabbits, there you go.
Well, maybe they'll start spraying the city, and we'll get them beat back down. But they getting bad around my house, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a bad summer.
Yep, it is.
Spring gonna be 80 degrees Tuesday, then right back down in the 50s by Friday.
Well, what we need, it'd be bad in a lot of ways, with the farmers and all, but we had a pretty good hard freeze right now. That stunt them mosquitoes back a little bit.
Yeah, it would, but
that ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen, I don't think.
No, it ain't gonna happen.
It's probably over.
Yeah, it might get down in the 40s, but that'll be about it.
All right, guys, y'all's show gets me through these last 2 hours on these graveyards.
All right, buddy.
It makes it go by quicker.
I appreciate it. I'm glad we're serving a little part in keeping you awake.
That's right, brother.
All right, Steve, you have a good day, buddy.
You too.
I pulled up just to look at North Korea's reach on their missiles, and it depends on what they have, but they actually could reach into the United States with one certain rocket, but I don't think it's nuclear capable.
No, it's not. It's not. The only nuclear capable rocket is possibly the most tip of Alaska there, and I'm not sure of it. My guess is it'd fall a little bit short, and they're erring on the side of caution, but I don't see them getting it. I know they ain't going to hit Las Vegas. Not with no nuke.
But, the one that they can reach with to Alaska, said the last one they tried to put off said just kind of failed.
Well, it's a dud.
That's what they're going to be facing, is they're going to shoot the thing off and it's going to turn around and just crash right there on top of them. That would be a very good ending for a dummy.
It sure would. Hey, we'll be right back here on The Good Outdoors.
With over 40,000 machines in the field, the pro's choice is Dixie Chopper. Be a pro. Buy a chopper. Built right here in America with one simple goal. Build a mower that cuts more grass and doesn't break when you use it. Be a pro. Buy a chopper. With Chopper's price, performance, and reliability guarantee, make the smart choice. Be a pro. Buy a chopper.
We're running out of time. We're drawing the line. This is our battle cry.
Huntin' is Good TV is an action-packed hunting show with a mission to secure our hunting heritage. Join Steve Nichols, Trey Weatherington, and Neil Armati each week as they hunt across the U.S. and Canada with pro athletes, actors, wounded warriors, kids, and regular old Joes who know hunting is good. Huntin' is Good TV airs on Pursuit Channel and is available on Dish Network Channel 240 and DirecTV Channel 604. For more info, visit huntingisgoodtv.com and follow on Facebook at facebook.com/HIG TV show. You can also use your high-speed internet connection to watch online by logging on to filmon.com at the airtimes posted on our website. And remember, hunting is good.
This is our battle cry.
Justamere Farm is a full boarding, training, and lessons facility conveniently located on Valdale Road in Hayhire. Justamere Farm offers a facility like no other in the area with many amenities to meet all your equine needs, whether it's riding, training, or boarding. If riding is your passion, Justamere has you covered with an indoor arena, a large lighted outdoor arena with an alleyway, a large jump course arena, a round pen for training, trails, and access to dirt roads. Private and shared lessons are available, so give Justamere Farms a call today at 229-460-2331.
So Dawson, is Dad still ill about you calling him out on his shooting ability?
I don't think so, but I have seen him on the range a lot more lately.
Dad always says practice makes perfect.
That's what he says, but I don't think it works for adults.
Why do you say that?
Well, from the look of the scorecard, it's making it worse.
Dawson, bring me some more shotgun shells.
Okay, Dad.
If you need some practice, come by Southwind Clays and Quail on the Quitman Highway just past the river headed towards Quitman. With a top-notch clubhouse, a 5-stand, sporting clays range, as well as a rifle and pistol range, Southwind has what you need to succeed. World-class quail hunting is also available with some of the finest bird dogs around.
Dad sure shoots a lot.
Yeah, if he keeps this up, Mom's gonna be mad.
Why is that?
Because he's spending all Mom's shopping money on shotgun shells.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
Hey, welcome back to the Good Outdoors. We were kind of talking about our hunting club during the break about we're getting some reports of some hogs being on the main spot, and that's not good to me. They need to go. And coyotes. We actually got one of the members, Jay Bird, he's got some pictures of some coyotes. He's got one that is big. That sucker is huge. He's going to try to go get after him, I reckon. But I don't know, man. We got to get out there and get rid of them hogs and them deer. I don't want no hogs on there at all. They'll destroy every food plot we got.
Yeah, they'll tear up a food plot. You got to keep them knocked back.
So we're gonna get rid of them. Denver Goblin sent me a little on my personal Facebook page. Sent me a picture of a turkey track. It was huge. I don't know where he got it at, but that was a big old turkey. He probably about 32 pounds for his track. His track weighed 5. It was a big old turkey.
5-pound track. That's a good one.
That's something else that's bothering me over here about my turkey hunting escapades this weekend. I found a place Friday I named Turkey Highway because it's littered with tracks up and down this 2-path road every time you go. You can ride over in the afternoon. I don't care what time. We were out there until about 4 o'clock. Well, the next morning it was covered up with turkey tracks.
They're roosting nearby. You ought to go hunt them in the late day. Trade some of the best encounters with turkeys at his house are real late in the day as they're getting geared up to go back to roost. If you can pin down where they roost, a lot, you can go there, and that's probably what's happening there.
Well, they might be roosting there, but I can tell you this.
We're not there, but they're coming through there on the way to roost. It may be an hour before dark or 3 hours before dark.
If they roosting around there, they sure ain't talking on the roost yet. So maybe this weekend things are going to change a little bit. That's what I'm hoping. Usually 3rd and 4th weekend is my best time for hunting anyway. So that's coming up. And
well, if they're ready to talk, they'll talk, because when we dropped Tim and Clay followed us, and they were in a bad boy buggy. We were in a bad boy buggy. They followed us to the blind location, and we stopped, and Al told them, to get in this area right here. Well, when we went to take off, since we had 3 large men in ours, it spun the tire a little bit, and it went whoosh, and when it went whoosh, right out there about 75 yards. So I felt for sure that they were going to kill one, and they saw him. He come out, and he was too far to shoot, and they chased him all morning, and they saw several gobblers, tons of jakes and turkey. Man, there were turkey galores over at that place. He had some prime habitat, fresh burned spots, and them turkeys was tearing it up. But knowing where they're at or hearing them, that's half the game when you turkey hunt. When you don't hear them and you can't kind of pinpoint where they're at, it's hard to get it done, man. It is very hard. I don't think anybody's got a secret, Your best chance is to hear that joker and then go try to figure out how to kill him. We had one every time Al made a squeak on that call, he would let out a big old gobble. You could tell he had a good deep gobble. He was a big one, but he was across that creek, and they wasn't no calling him across to our side. None. Mm-hmm. But every time Al called, he would let it go. He wasn't probably maybe 100 yards from us. But when we sat down and he called, well, actually, no, I take that back. We sat down and was just listening, waiting on it to get time to call. There were 4 within 100 yards of us.
Good grief.
And basically in all directions. And 2 of the 4 came in. And for whatever reason, we just didn't get it done. But it was exciting, man. It was, when you got your camera on and you're recording and he gobbles and you go home and put it on the TV and you turn the volume up and you can hear that gobble as plain as day.
He's close.
You had it going on. You had it going on. That joker, man, he pitched off of that roost and glided right in there. That was beautiful. I couldn't get the glide down on camera because I didn't hit record, but it was beautiful.
Hey, we had a call coming in. You can give us a call back 229-253-0995. We didn't get to it in time, but yeah, that's always pretty. And if you can hear it, like you said, on the camera, that turkey's close.
Yep, he was definitely close.
Chad Everett posted here on the Good Outdoors. He went 4-wheeler riding yesterday, and he rode his 4-wheeler. He said, so if we need to get in touch with him, we're going to have to send him a message because his phone was in the cup holder of the 4-wheeler when he rolled it into the water.
So it's not working real well right now.
I don't think it's going to work good. Tim Culler posted us a picture, too, of he said, thanks to the Good Outdoors for helping support the NWTF Talent Outdoors 2013 Handicap Disabled Spring Turkey Hunt. 17 shooters, 26 guides and assistants, and 7 volunteers. And it rained Saturday.
Yeah, that stinks right there.
It did. Man, we need to redo that. That's what we need to do.
Well, it might have rained, but it didn't damper the spirits of those fellas that were there. That's for sure.
Right. Denver Godwin said hi this morning. Appreciate that.
A Philadelphia man has shot and killed an intruder who broke into his home while he and his 2 young children were sleeping early Sunday morning. And they came in through a second-story bathroom window, believe it or not. They were wanting to get in there, but out of the 2 suspects that broke in, one did not leave.
Good.
He is not facing any charges because Pennsylvania permits someone to defend their property, as does Georgia. We'll go ahead and take the call now. Good morning.
Is on? Hit it again.
Good morning, caller. You're on there on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
Good morning, guys. How we doing?
Oh, we doing good. How are you?
Well, if I was doing any better, you think I'd won the lottery.
That's pretty good, dude.
Yeah. I have a question for all of you. Maybe y'all can clear this up for me.
We'll try.
The way this weather's running, and I fish. And I'd rather fish than eat. This weather has got these fish all messed up. And with this weather turning going from freezing to like the 80s by the end of the week, when are these fish going to find time to lay?
Probably right away, I would think.
They've been holding it back for a while.
I think they're going to jump on board with it right now. This week, with the last I looked at the weather, it's supposed to be pretty warm all week long. That's going to bring the water temperature up pretty quick. So once it gets about 68 degrees, the bass will get on the bed.
Yeah. I'm not a gynecologist, so I don't know a lot about this subject. But once that temperature gets to that particular level for a period of time, and I think it's about 36 hours or something like that, they'll lay. And then if it gets cool after that, it just happens. But it's a pretty small window, smaller than you think. So if I think now, I wouldn't bet on it, but if it gets up, the water temperature, like Daryl said, it gets up to 68, 70 degrees for a couple of days, I think they're going to lay the eggs. But that water temperature is the key. It ain't the air temperature. It is the water temperature. There's no doubt about it.
I don't know that this little warm snap we've got is going to be long enough to pick it up.
I went Saturday, and sun was out, but the water, I didn't have a gauge with, but the water was freezing.
Yeah, it's cold.
And out there fishing, even around trying to catch specks, I couldn't get them to hit. So it's hot.
Well, all the rain that we've had, a lot of the lakes are fuller than they were. So since you got more water in there and it's cool, it's going to take a longer period of time to warm it up to that level. So it's an interesting fishing season as far as the bedding bass and brim and things like that. I think it's going to be a good bit later. I mean, it already has, and I don't know. I think
it's going to be another week or so myself.
I wouldn't doubt it.
From what I see on the, looking at the 10-day weather forecast of how warm it's going to be, I'm going to say probably by the end of this week, it's going to be turning on.
It's going to take it more than 2 or 3 days though for the water to warm up.
That's good because I have a day off about then. So
yeah, stay tuned tomorrow. I'm going to see if we can get somebody in tomorrow to talk about bass fishing a little bit. So stay tuned with that. Maybe he'll be able to answer some questions.
All right, you guys have a great day.
All right, you too. One thing's sure, he'll be smarter than we are. Or at least me. I ain't gonna talk about y'all, but I know he'll be more knowledgeable than I will about the subject.
I see a lot smarter than me.
There's been a lot of years I've kind of struggled to figure out when the bass are going to bed. I mean, like behind my house, I kept there was one fan in the bed before this last bunch of rain fell, and the water had went down a little bit. I could see her over there fanning right on the bed, and I hung her twice, matter of fact. And but as soon as that cold weather hit, I ain't seen her come back. So I don't know if she laid and the bed miners took over or what, but she sure ain't there. So I don't know what's going on with old bed and bass.
You know, I've heard a lot of people talking about it at work and just being outside or out in the public, but they're saying that, you know, they're catching bass. Shane, I put one up last week that was slap full of eggs, over 10 pounds, but they hadn't bedded yet. But we've had this warm weather for the past couple of days. We're going to have warmer weather. We got some rain possibly coming in also. Can slow it down and keep the water temperature down. I think it's going to happen pretty quick. I really do. So see if we get Jeremy tomorrow. Maybe he can come in and talk about it. He'll know.
Well, I don't know how long they can actually carry them. You know what I mean? But you think that they can't carry them, but X amount of time they just about got to lay. But I've heard a lot of people catching them. And again, like you said, I've seen the pictures people post, and they are, man, they're just busting. It looks like they're going to pop, you know. And I'm just thinking, well, something's got to give, you know. But I'm like y'all. I think this week, maybe towards the end of the week, you know, if the sun stays high and not a lot of cloud cover, it's going to warm that water up. When that sun is beating down on something, I mean, you know yourself, it can be cool outside, but if the wind's not blowing and you stand out in the sun, you'll get warmed up.
Oh yeah,
and that water will get warmed up too. So we'll see what happens.
We were in these clear cuts all weekend long. You know, every time we go over these clear cuts, we're turkey hunting. We see deer after deer after deer. You know, yesterday morning we saw over 20. You know what they were doing? They were laying in these clear cuts, sunning. I think they're trying to get that winter coat off of them more or less because it's getting hot to them.
It probably is.
Laying out there, we jumped one time. There was like 8 or 9. Another time there was like 6 or 7. Just deer everywhere. I mean, everywhere, all over the place. Unbelievable how many deer we see every single time we go. Jumping across the road, coming out in food plots. There was one coming out there Saturday morning into the food plot as we were leaving. Just walking out there. Hey, what y'all doing over there? Y'all seen any turkeys? I asked her if she'd seen any turkeys, and she hadn't. She's like me. I hadn't either. I've seen them. I just they ain't talking.
The bass are going to bed next week.
Next week, he says.
Yep.
Good deal. Maybe that'll be true. How do you figure that? How'd you come to that conclusion?
Well, I just looked at the 10-day forecast like you said. I don't think it's going to happen this week. I don't think it's going to get the water temp up where it needs to be, but Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is all going to be in the upper 80s, almost 90 degrees. That's when it's going to happen.
Good deal. Hey, we'll talk about it more when we come back here on the Good Outdoors.
Attention Outdoor Nation. Adel Outfitters, located at exit 39 on I-75 in Adel, Georgia, has over 18,000 square feet of outdoor unbelievability just waiting on you. Specializing in a wide range of outdoor supplies for everyone, including hunting, fishing, shooting, kayaking, camping, Little League, clothing, knives, boots, you name it, Adel Outfitters has it. They also have that personal one-on-one attention that you just might not be getting from some of the big boxes, and Adel Outfitters has a whole lot less overhead, so you'll be surprised at the deals. So come see us now at Adel Outfitters, exit 39, Adel, Georgia. Woo-wee! Sweet Tea Smokehouse on South Hutchinson Avenue, Adel is the bomb. You ain't had good old South Georgia barbecue if you ain't been to Sweet Tea Smokehouse. Ribs, chicken, pork, beef, good grief, this is some fine eating. And it ain't called Sweet Teas for nothing. Ice cold sweet tea and good old barbecue plate with all the trimmings is what living in the South is all about. Head up Highway 41 north towards Adel. Swing into Sweet Tea Smokehouse for lunch or dinner. Great southern barbecue like it's supposed to be, and don't forget some of that fine Brunswick stew. Woo-wee!
Hi, I'm Barry Broom with Allstate Insurance Company. I'm a big fan of the great outdoors. There are many recreational activities that allow us to enjoy God's creation. There's boating, camping, hunting, hiking, fishing. Think about all the gear, equipment, and vehicles that we have that make those times outdoors so memorable. When it comes to protecting and insuring your firearm, your boat, RV, camper, four-wheeler, even your golf cart, think of me, Barry Broom, your Allstate agent. Call me at 229-244-9856 or visit me online at barrybroom.com. Go make a memory. Enjoy your great outdoors.
The grill might be in storage, but that's what campfires are for. And the backyard party is on hiatus, but that's because everyone is tailgating. Only the seasons change, tastes don't, and when you've got Bud Light Lime, you don't need summer to have a good time. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Look for a Bud Light Lime and find your summer state of mind anytime. It's in the lime. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Lime flavored beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Brigman and Brigman Cabinets in Hayhira, Georgia specializes in custom-built cabinets. You can come in and sit down with our staff and start from scratch to develop the perfect cabinet layout, or bring in your plans and start there. From design to installation, Brigman and Brigman can help you every step of the way. Estimates are always free, and your satisfaction is our goal. Whether it's a remodel, a spec house, or your custom-built dream home, give Brigman and Brigman Cabinets in Hayhira a call at 229-794-2108 to set up an appointment. Crystal River Seafood on St. Augustine Road in Valdosta is a fine seafood dining experience. Folks from miles around come in to enjoy the fine seafood and friendly atmosphere Crystal River has to offer. Their friendly staff makes your dining experience one to remember, as well as one to repeat. Fish like grouper, salmon, mahi, catfish are always great choices, along with shrimp, oysters, crab cakes, and crab legs. Hey, you not in the mood for seafood? Order a juicy ribeye steak. Crystal River Seafood is open for lunch and dinner. Crystal River Seafood, 958 St. Augustine Road, Valdosta, Georgia.
WKAA, Willacoochee, Valdosta. Coming at you this hour. Nothing but the best country music.
99.5 Kicks Country.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun. Talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
Welcome back to the Good Outdoors. You know what? You might be a redneck if you think a turtleneck is a key ingredient in soup.
Hey, what a flavor it right up like a ham bowl.
Dang right, son.
A ham hock.
It's soup's bland. Hey, you got a turtleneck?
Good Lord.
Lord of mercy.
Turtleneck.
Oh.
And I'll tell you, I want to say something here. I went hunting with Fred Pendleton. Fred is from Valdosta, Georgia. Y'all probably, a lot of listeners probably know the Pendleton name. Inez Pendleton is some of that family. But Fred is he's an interesting individual. He's a disabled American vet. He was in the Marine Corps, and when he was in the Marine Corps, he had an accident where he was rappelling from a helicopter, and for whatever reason, equipment failure or something, he when he let go of the rope, he fell and broke his back and his neck. But that started a chain of accidents. When he also, when he started recovering from that, they put him back in a Jeep over there, and he went through the windshield of a Jeep. And long story short, he's had 94 surgeries. But we'll take this call and get back on Fred here in a second. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. That's better than being bad.
You might
just so.
You spell out the disease.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said you might be a redneck if you spell outdoors with disease.
That's exactly right.
Blame it on me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Amen. Ain't nothing wrong with it though, are there?
Not at all.
No, sir.
Hear you.
What you got going on?
Working.
You do a lot of that.
I do.
Well, hold the fort there and on the highways there, brother.
Will do. Just want to call and say y'all good morning.
All right, we appreciate
you
it, buddy.
checking in, man.
All right.
Have a good one, buddy.
Y'all too. Take care.
All right, thanks. Faithful listener there. We appreciate you, man. Appreciate everything you do. But we were talking about Fred Pendleton. You know, he's had 94 surgeries, and he technically needs his doctor, and I hope his doctor ain't listening, but he's technically supposed to be only getting around via a wheelchair right now, or or a buggy or a cart. And but his love for the good outdoors and hunting, he just can't follow those directions too well. So he likes to get out there. But it's a humbling experience to talk and hunt with these guys, because they don't let their disabilities and their problems keep them from doing it, and they don't complain. And there were two in camp. The other was a gentleman named Clay. Clay was in an industrial accident where a boiler, he just happened to be walking by a boiler, and the boiler exploded, and he was immersed in 1,850 degree heat for about 9 seconds, and it burnt. He didn't say the percentage, but just looking at him and talking to him, it burnt all of his fingers off. He has little short stubby nubs that they reconstructed there to help him out, but his face is burnt. I would say it burned at least 85% of his body. It's bad, but I asked him, I've learned through the years when I've dealt with disabled vets and wounded and all, they don't mind talking about their injuries. As a matter of fact, they like people to ask them because they feel like, they're just, they're avoiding the subject. So if you get it out there,
then
that's right. So I asked, I said, Clay, how did you receive your injuries? And he told me the entire story there. And I said, it's I admire y'all getting out here and getting after it, and it's bad when you hear of a wounded warrior that's come back and struggling. And Clay and Fred too, separately, said pretty much the same thing. But Clay really got on it hard. He said that he tells them, that you got to suck it up. You can't sit there and wallow in your own self-pity. He goes, life's tough. He said, but things happen, and you either lay down and let it beat you, or you beat it. And he beats it on a daily basis. He gets out there, and he don't let it bother him. He goes hunting. He goes fishing. He does what he's got to do. He's just a joy to talk to. And I was hoping so bad that him and Tim would get on a turkey and let him kill one. And he actually killed one last year at Country Goes Hunting. Clay did. So no, actually, excuse me, it was this year at Country Goes Hunting. He was wearing a little tag on his hat, so he killed one at Country Goes Hunting this year. So
I remember seeing him over at Country Goes Hunting last year.
Very nice guy. Sure, very nice guy. Very, very outgoing personality. And man, he just you wouldn't think he's got a worry in the world, but he told me, he said, there ain't a day goes by. He's in extreme pain. He said, but he don't let everybody else know it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we got a call coming in. Let's take it this morning. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors.
Morning, fellas. How y'all doing?
Oh, we're doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. I'm kind of getting off subject y'all talking about for a minute, but I'm just curious. What is the most deadliest spider there is?
Granddaddy Longleg.
Whichever one is closest to me, whichever one is closest to me, because I guarantee you I'm going to hurt myself getting the hell away from him.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you the one that's got the most deadliest toxic venom in the world, but he has no way to deliver it. That's a Granddaddy Longleg spider.
Yeah, y'all on point. I was just wondering, man. I was going to try to see if y'all was on it.
Yeah, but as far as the one that's the most deadly that can actually bite you, I don't know. We'll have to do a little research there.
You would have to eat, and I've heard this before, but you'd have to actually ingest so many pounds of them because they don't carry enough venom in order for it to even do anything to you.
Yeah.
And I'm not nearby fixing to eat them.
I know some of the spiders are the most quietest killers they are. You never hear them, and you never feel them till the last minute.
That's right, Daryl.
Ain't nothing worse than a stealth tarantula.
What about the monkey spider? Now they get pretty huge.
Not quite as big as a gorilla spider, though.
There's a monkey spider? I know there's a spider monkey, but I didn't know there's a monkey spider, too.
There's a monkey spider. You got standard gorilla spider. You got all kinds of spiders.
I honestly tried to look this information up for you.
He had to bail.
When I pulled up the pictures, dude, I had to bail. I had to close out of it.
He's wiping the sweat off his forehead.
I keep expecting some crazy crap to go on in here this morning with Daryl Sample Jr. and a rubber spider. Ooh, and when it does, I'm going to
scream like a girl.
I'm going to cut his goatee off as I go out the door.
No, you're not.
I'm going to take it with me, I promise.
You're going to be too busy trying to pick that wall at you, too.
What's that,
out of alligators y'all was talking about this morning, how many of them was Troy Landers?
None of them.
Oh, man. For
and
real?
that's just something that was in this magazine I picked up. This is Going South Sportsman.
Now, he's supposed to be the swamp king over there.
I guarantee you he probably is. I've seen him catch some 13-footers on the show there. But he wasn't none of these. This is just average, everyday people that get permits to go out there and hunt is who these were.
Okay.
The world's deadliest spider is the Brazilian wandering spider.
Well, he needs to wander his butt right on back into
Brazil. He actually occasionally shows up in clusters of bananas imported in the U.S.
Oh, man. Watch out if there's an invasion.
And guess what else is on the list of the top 5 is the brown recluse, which is right here.
I would imagine that.
Right here in Georgia.
Brown recluse is very deadly.
Yeah. Yep. So there you go.
I just figured I'd call, man. I was sitting here thinking about it for a while, listening to y'all fellas.
10-4, man. We appreciate you listening.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy.
All right, take it easy. I actually, this is a pretty interesting fact. It says right here that according to records of 7,000 reported bites from the Brazilian wandering spider, which is the world's deadliest spider, only a few deaths have ever been recorded.
That'd probably be me, one of them.
He wouldn't have to touch you.
So as deadly as that spider is, it's not like it's what do you call it? Is it the black mamba? That you're
a snake, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm comparing the snakes and spiders. The deadliest creatures.
It just doesn't have the numbers, does it?
Yeah, you get popped by that black mamba, you're gone.
It's
just if you're not within so many minutes, or the probability of dying, or you're gone.
Yeah, and it is minutes.
Yep, it is. But down with this spider, apparently, it's kind of like getting bit by a rattlesnake. Very few deaths occur from a rattlesnake bite
anymore.
That's right. But that don't mean you want to go out and get bit by one.
No, we don't want to test it.
So, best thing to do is not get bitten by the old 8-legged arachnid. That's a good word right there, arachnid.
Getting on to better subjects, you see where Jim Carrey is.
I don't care.
In a fight with Fox News, and everything he says is just stupid.
He's an idiot.
That's because he's stupid. That's right. I hate him now. He's on my hate list.
I saw when I was going through the channels this weekend, if it had him in it, I skipped it.
When I say I hate somebody, now you got to understand, when I say I hate them, that don't mean I won't save them for dying. That's if I say that I don't give a damn about him, that means I won't save him if he's dying.
I strongly dislike him. I don't like his beliefs at all.
Yeah. I will not ever again watch another movie that he puts out or an old movie that he has done. Period. None whatsoever. Done with it.
I'm done. I knew he was an idiot to start with.
That's tough too, man. I mean, because when you're sitting there on Saturday afternoon and you're watching, what is it, TBS, all them channels that play them reruns, and me, myself, and Irene come on. It'll be hard for me to turn the channel.
Not for me. Let's take this call.
That's some funny stuff.
Good morning, caller. You're not on the Good Outdoors. Let's try it again. Good morning, caller. You're not here either.
I just don't understand why y'all do that.
Hang on. Daryl's trying to get it right here.
Technical difficulties. Daryl.
Right again.
Come on, Daryl. Pressure.
You can do
it.
Now
you're calling
them back. You're calling somebody.
What
the
heck?
You can do it. Anyway.
Good morning, y'all. The Good Outdoors. How are you?
I want to talk about what y'all were talking about on Korea.
Yeah.
I tell you what, when them things come over here, I'm going to take out my 50 caliber and shoot them.
You going to pop them? I hear you.
I don't blame you, man. Yeah, they won't never get over here, buddy. Korea can't do nothing with it.
Nope.
We don't even have to worry about them.
My grandma's 73 years old, and she got more power than them.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right,
man. Amen.
You got plenty of bullets for your 50 cal?
Nope.
No?
I ain't got one.
You ain't got no bullets. Well, how you gonna shoot them?
Put nails in it.
What kind of guns you got?
I don't know. I got a lot of guns.
Well, you got plenty of guns to shoot them with. That's good.
That's right. Ain't nothing like defending the country there, little buddy. Hey, we appreciate you calling in this morning.
All right. Thank you.
Have a good one, man. We got to run off to a break here on the Good Outdoors. We'll be right back in about 3 minutes.
Service. It's a very simple word, but you'd think it's French. At Deep South Sanitation, our service will never be questioned. We are there when we say we'll be there. If there's a couple extra bags by the can, we pick it up. Deep South Sanitation don't care if the lid won't close. All the more reason to dump it. If you're elderly or disabled, the Deep South Sanitation team will get your can, dump it, and put it back. If trash blew out, we don't leave it, we pick it up. Keep the money you pay for sanitation services local by supporting Deep South Sanitation, a locally owned business. Call Carrie Scarborough today at Deep South Sanitation, 229-559-0200. It's that time of year. People everywhere will be scrambling to find somebody to take care of filing their taxes. Fast Tax and Bookkeeping at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q has a quick turnaround time and the knowledge to prepare your taxes properly, making sure you are getting what's due. With $25 1040 EZ filings, electronic refunds in a flash, military and college student discounts, and fast and friendly service, drop by and see Lisa Griffiths and the gang at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q, or give them a call at 229-253-0181 to schedule an appointment.
SWAT Graphics, located at 300 South Toombs Street, is the area's #1 graphic design service company. Specializing in graphic banners, stickers, signs, and design, SWAT Graphics can help from concept to completion. If you have a design idea for a company logo, SWAT Graphics can bring it to reality. Maybe you have a logo and just need it placed on a sign, sticker, or banner. Whatever the case, stop by SWAT Graphics at 300 South Toombs Street, Valdosta, or give them a call at 241-9185. SWAT Graphics, proud sponsor of the Good Outdoors.
Moss Trim Shop is Valdos's oldest automotive upholstery shop. From automotive to marine upholstery to convertible and vinyl top. Moss Trim Shop can cover all your sewing needs. Locally owned and operated by Bobby Brantley, Moss Trim Shop become Valdos's oldest and best in the upholstery business by being a dependable, service-oriented, and on time with your project. So if you have an automotive or marine upholstery need, stop by Moss Trim Shop at 733 East Hill Avenue or give them a call at 229-242-8544.
There's only one place in Valdosta if you want the freshest seafood in town. It's Bubba Jack's Crab Shack at 1700 West Hill Avenue. They got wild Georgia shrimp cooked about any way you could want it. Fried, peel and eat, grilled, or buffalo style. They got a Wednesday night oyster special at $7.99 a dozen, and that ain't no mistake. $7.99 a dozen, Wednesday night only. Bring the kids with you, and if they don't eat seafood, get them some chicken tender baskets or hamburger or hot dog. And do not forget to try the fresh cut, hand-dipped onion rings at Bubba Jack's Crab Shack, 1700 West Hill Avenue, Valdosta.
Justamere Farm is a full boarding, training, and lesson facility conveniently located on Valdale Road in Hayhire. Justamere Farm offers a facility like no other in the area with many amenities to meet all your equine needs, whether it's riding, training, or boarding. If riding is your passion, Justamere has you covered with an indoor arena, a large lighted outdoor arena with an alleyway, a large jump course arena, a round pen for training, trails, and access to dirt roads. Private and shared lessons are available, so give Justamere Farms a call today at 229-460-2331.
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Welcome back to The Good Outdoors, man.
Spring break week.
Spring break week.
Stinks, man.
I've been reading these. You might be a redneck joke. There's some of these pretty funny.
Well, give us one.
You might be a redneck if your car is the only one in a parking lot and you can't find it.
No, you might be a dumb butt.
Camouflage car.
Hey, while I'm thinking,
you think the blood on the front of your pickup truck looks cool.
Well, it does. It does. While I'm thinking about it, all y'all spring breakers, if you're looking for something to do this week,
turkey hunt.
Justamere Farms is having a horse camp out there.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes, sir. You can go out there and enjoy some barrel racing and some riding. Just go out there and relax and hang out with everybody around the horses, ride the trails, and it's a fun time out there. Amanda Leverett at Justamere will hook you right up. Check them out on the internet. Just Google Justamere Farms and Valdosta or Hayhire, and they'll fix you right up. It's right there on Valdale Road. If you're leaving Valdosta, headed down Valdale Road north, you'll pass them on the right down there before you get to Highway 122. So that's a great outdoor activity. So check it out. Tell your mom and dad if you're listening, or parents if you're listening, you got a child looking for something to do and occupy them, you can take them out there, drop them off, leave them there all day, pick them up, and they'll have a great time, and they'll be out your hair. So check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you ought to try that barrel racing, Daryl. I bet we could outrun one of them.
I guarantee you I could outrun a barrel.
I could rope a barrel, given enough shots at it.
Talk about the good outdoors. You know, our buddies from Maryland, Team Urban Knox, opened the trout season up there this weekend and caught some nice.
They were
ones,
successful.
Man.
Yeah, I saw them pictures. There was one of them rainbows. It was a big one.
Yes,
big
it was.
Now, let's take this call here. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors.
Good morning. How y'all doing this morning?
Good.
Good.
I was calling about two things. One, if you can't find your car in the parking lot, you're too drunk to drive.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And the other one is I just logged on a little while ago. I don't know what y'all were talking about with your arachnids, but I learned about 5 years ago there's a brown recluse down here that's even more deadly than the black recluse, but you can't see it as easy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm more familiar actually with the brown lacrosse is what I call him. But the brown lacrosse is he's bit a couple of relatives of mine and left a mark, to say the least, and it's nasty. They actually have to cut your flesh out to get rid of the toxicity and all, or toxins or whatever you want to call them. But they're not good.
No, they're not. And the thing, like I said, the thing about them is everybody's familiar with that black glossy spider, with the big butt.
Yeah.
But whereas, the brown recluse is smaller, has the same big butt, but it's more deadly.
More deadly, and they tend to come out at night a lot, I think, and they'll crawl in people's beds and bite them, and it's a weird thing. You don't even feel the bite a lot of times. They just barely bite you, barely penetrate your skin, and they can wreak havoc, man. My ex-brother-in-law was asleep one night, and he woke up the next morning and had just this little red mark. and that little red mark just kept getting worse and worse and more red. And by the time he realized something bad was wrong and got to the doctor, they had to cut a chunk out of his leg where that thing bit him.
Yeah, I was working with a guy that kind of had the same thing happen. He got bit on the stomach, didn't think nothing about it, thought it was just a little skeeter bite.
Mm-hmm.
And about 2 days later, it was really putrid and nasty. And like you say, they had to go in and cut a big chunk of him out.
Yeah, I feel like they're crawling on me right now.
Daryl's over here wiggling.
Daryl's turning white and about to puke over there.
I'm waiting till we change the subject.
Yeah.
All right.
I appreciate you calling and sharing that with us.
I don't.
All right, we have a good one.
All right, you too.
I hear they're worse, though, as far as getting in beds and stuff. And people that live in 2-story yellow houses.
Oh, that's the ones they're attracted to. If your house is 2 stories and yellow, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, you are.
That was a giant rainbow trout that Tim caught up there. You know, in Maryland. Yeah. That was a giant trout, man. That's
not near as big as that spider that's in your house.
I don't know how long or how big they actually get, but that was a big one.
Mm-hmm. But, nice try.
Yeah, I
bet they all on your back porch.
I bet they're in between the floors.
I have trout fished, but it wasn't authentic. I went up to North Georgia one time, and they've got a lot of little ponds, you know, and you fish with corn. That's what we fished with, and we caught them, but they were all about 8 or 9 or 10 inches long. But I never went authentic, trout fishing in the stream. I've always wanted. Our cousin Wes, he does it every year. Takes a vacation up there and goes trout fishing in the streams up there in the mountains. They do it.
Guy I used to work with from Nashville, Georgia, he vacations up there all the time in the Blue Ridge Mountains, and he goes for trout season. And he asked me, he had never turkey hunted before. This is several years ago. He said, man, every time I go up there, I get out of my truck and I get ready to walk through the woods of this stream, and I slam the door, turkey gobbles. I said, I tell you what, I need to go up there with you. I'll turkey hunt while you trout fish. But he loves it, man. He bought him a camper, goes up there and camps in a little primitive campground, sits right there, and just tears them up.
I wonder how many fish you can catch with a can of corn. How many kernels are in a can of corn?
All of them.
All of them.
I used to do that to my kids. I'm the smartest man in the world. I can tell you exactly how many people live in that house. How many? All of them. How many stars in the sky? 54,276,348,266. Next question. No, they wouldn't even say that. They'd say, really? How'd you know that? I'm just smart like that.
I counted them.
How many trees are in the forest? Just throw out a number. They don't know the difference.
They ain't got a clue.
Children are basically stupid.
No, they're not stupid. They're gullible.
No, they're stupid before they get in school. I mean, like Emmy, she's 3. I look at her and say, what's 4 times 4? She don't have a clue. Dumb as a box of rocks.
Let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors.
What's happening?
What's going on?
Coon man here. Good morning.
No, what's going on? Are the coons drowning, or are they staying in the trees?
Getting ate up by mosquitoes.
Don't know, brother. Ain't been.
What?
No, ain't been.
Man.
Sure ain't. All that water got in them swamps and all. Had to stay out there.
Yeah, I hear you. I didn't know if it was that, or they'd put you in jail for slugging the guy that come in there on your property.
Well, no, that kind of seems to have subsided.
That kind of died down. Thank God.
Yeah. I just wanted to call y'all brothers this morning and let you know, probably the last day I'll be listening to y'all for a while.
Now that's unacceptable. We're gonna have to talk about this. Tell us what's happening.
Well, for the last 5 months I've been running back and forth to Albany to my job every morning.
Right.
And I leave out about 4:45, 5 o'clock every morning, head to Albany.
Yeah.
And as of today, I'm making my last run to Albany, Georgia. I'm transferring to Valdosta.
Well, I guess that's a good thing for you in your career, but that changes your hours. And now what you're going to have to do is when you get home, get on the internet, log on to thegoodoutdoorswithaz.com, and you'll be able to listen to the episode that you missed that morning.
Well, there ain't one problem with that. We'd have to get Brother Pegleg to hook me out with that. Don't know how to turn one on.
Well, he can show you. He's like a guru with computers.
I hear you, dog. But anyway, man, I've enjoyed listening to y'all. Y'all been a blessing to me.
Well, we've sure appreciated you too, Coon man. Maybe sometime you can drag yourself up early enough to call in.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I just have to get up a little early and kind of investigate y'all out. But
there you go.
More likely, I'll be getting up about 6 o'clock now instead of 4:45, 4:30, 4:45.
Oh, yeah. What's another pot of coffee?
I ain't gonna forget you now. I'm gonna definitely keep peeking in every now and then.
We appreciate it, buddy.
All right, man. Love y'all guys. Y'all be cool.
We love you back, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I tell you, we lose some listeners to that, and then we gain some, and then some get shipped to China, and they still listen. That's just what happens.
That's right. I wonder if he's back from China yet. Got to come home for Easter.
I hope he got to come home from Easter. But if he didn't, there's a lot of egg hiding places in China.
I imagine.
No, there's not.
Shoot,
they hide them
too overpopulated.
All them nooks and crannies and all them buildings, you can hide some eggs now.
Too overpopulated, man.
You know, Neil, I was talking to him the other day. I think they still got a ton of snow on the ground, and it was whiteout conditions when I was talking to him up there Saturday at noon. And I said, well, where are y'all going to hide your eggs?
In the house.
Sunday. And he started laughing. He goes, we don't hunt Easter eggs up here. And I said, that's a shame. That is a shame. But you could sure hide them. You could bury them in the snow up there and never find them.
Why do they not hunt Easter eggs?
Because there's 4 feet of snow on the ground.
Well, not every year.
Most every year there is, yeah. Not 4 feet. There's an abnormal amount. But no, there's usually always still snow on the ground in Easter in the UP.
Yankees.
Oh, yeah.
All I got to say about
I told
that.
him I had one word for you, brother. Move.
Yeah.
Come on down to God's country. But the heat, you talk to a person from the UP, they get down here and the temperature gets 85, they can't stand it, son.
They're ready to go.
I said, you think this is something, wait till it gets 104.
They can't stand the humidity, man. It kills them.
Oh, yeah. It'll
them
melt a big man like that.
Mm-hmm.
Rough stuff.
The humidity's bad enough on me. Can you imagine if I wasn't halfway used to it? I mean, I don't know.
Halfway. You're right. You never do get used to it.
Because it changes. It changes. Right. It can be sticky. It can be 92 degrees outside and just be sticky with a high humidity, and it'll kill you. The next day it can be 92 degrees with a lower humidity. It's not near as bad.
Right. I think your physical condition makes you take it a little better too, because I know just as little as 6-7 years ago, the heat didn't bother me too bad. I could get out there in the middle of the day in July and August and mow the yard. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it was hot and I'd sweat, but it didn't bother me. Now, if I do that, it totally wipes me out.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
feet weigh 100 pounds apiece.
Oh yeah, and then I got to go lay down and get in that air conditioner and sleep. It just totally wears me out because I'm out of shape.
Might have something to do. You're creeping up on 50 too.
Yeah, well, I don't buy into that. It's just conditioning. I got a friend that is 1 year older than me and you know him, and this brother swam to Alcatraz and back with his hand cuffed behind his back and his feet tied. He is in excellent physical condition and nothing bothers him, and he's battling cancer.
Yeah.
So, that makes me ashamed of myself when I complain. When you got somebody like that.
He's a rare exception.
It's all in what you want to do, and right now I don't have the for whatever reason I can't pull myself up and make myself go to the gym, and I need to have talk with myself.
Yep.
Anyway, maybe I'll convince myself to go after this break. I don't know. Probably not. But anyway, we'll be back in the Good Outdoors in 3 minutes.
With over 40,000 machines in the field, the pro's choice is Dixie Chopper. Be a pro. Buy a chopper. Built right here in America with one simple goal. Build a mower that cuts more grass and doesn't break when you use it. Be a pro. Buy a chopper. With Chopper's price, performance, and reliability guarantee, make the smart choice. Be a pro. Buy a chopper.
Austin's Cattle Company's menu is so big and delicious. In order to fit everything in, we had to write a song about it. So take it away, boys.
'Cause we got hand-cut steaks and taters, two baked food tastes better than your grandmother's pound cake. Hallelujah, didn't reach the sky, just load it up and pile it. How we got prime rib, seafood salad, and baby back food so good it'll make your lips smack. Austin's Cattle Company's where you gotta go when your stomach gives you an attack. Come on in and settle down, and you'll be chillin' like the king of town. Order up your favorite meal and turn that sad pound upside down. I guarantee you'll slap your knee when you eat it. Austin's Cattle Company.
Just head on down Austin's.
Woo, that's good.
So there you have it, folks. Next time you get a craving for something tasty, stop on by Austin's at exit 16 off I-75. There's something on the menu for everyone, and they serve big portions so you'll never leave hungry. From seafood and prime rib to the freshest hand-cut steaks, chicken, and ribs you can find. Austin's Cattle Company is truly an addiction you never have to quit.
Tune in to 99.5 Kicks Country from 4 to 6 a.m. Monday through Friday to listen to the Good Outdoors crew. We talk about everything in the outdoors.
From hunting, fishing, camping, to boating and horseback riding, with an emphasis on getting kids outdoors. Heck, we even talk about big feats and outhouse escapades. You never know.
Join us for a good laugh and how-tos and why-nots. You can even call in live.
That's the Good Outdoors, weekday mornings from 4 to 6 on 99.5 Kicks Country.
And like us on Facebook at The Good Outdoors with a Z and thegoodoutdoors.com.
Attention Outdoor Nation. Adel Outfitters, located at exit 39 on I-75 in Adel, Georgia, has over 18,000 square feet of outdoor unbelievability just waiting on you. Specializing in a wide range of outdoor supplies for everyone, including hunting, fishing, shooting, kayaking, camping, Little League, clothing, knives, boots, you name it, Adel Outfitters has it. They also have that personal one-on-one attention that you just might not be getting from some of the big boxes, and Adel Outfitters has a whole lot less overhead, so you'll be surprised at the deals. So come see us now at Adel Outfitters, exit 39, Adel, Georgia. Woo-wee! Sweet Tea's Smokehouse on South Hutchinson Avenue, Adel, is the bomb. You ain't had good old South Georgia barbecue if you ain't been to Sweet Tea's Smokehouse. Ribs, chicken, pork, beef, good grief, this is some fine eating. And it ain't called Sweet Tea's for nothing. Ice cold sweet tea and good old barbecue plate with all the trimmings is what living in the South is all about. Head up Highway 41 north towards Adel. Swing into Sweet Tea's Smokehouse for lunch or dinner. Great southern barbecue like it's supposed to be, and don't forget some of that fine Brunswick stew. Woo-wee!
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Hey, welcome back. Now, here's another one. You might be a redneck if you can hit a bullseye from up to 50 yards away, but still have trouble with your ABCs.
Yeah. Depends on what you're using to hit that bullseye with.
Time for their Rusty Nut weather report here in this
lay it on
too.
us,
You ready for that, Ronnie?
Sure. Yes. Today, mostly cloudy with a chance of showers and thunderstorms in the morning, then partly cloudy with a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Highs around 77. Southwest winds around 10 to shifting to west in the afternoon. Chance of rain 30%. That was pretty detailed, wasn't it?
It was.
Tonight, cooler, partly cloudy, lows around 52. Light wind becoming north around 5 miles per hour after midnight. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, highs around 80. Winds be out of the north at 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, lows around 51. East wind around 5 miles per hour. Let's devil on into Wednesday, partly cloudy in the morning, then mostly cloudy with a 20% chance of showers in the afternoon. Highs around 77. Southeast winds around 5 miles per hour Wednesday night. Cloudy with rain likely. Lows around 57. Chance of rain 70%.
70%?
Yes, sir.
That's a pretty good chance of rain there.
There's more chance it will than it won't.
It might not.
It might not.
G.I. Joe topped the box office this weekend. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is in that movie. So
I'm glad to see G.I. Joe making a comeback. He was the thing when we were kids.
He was. Big Jim with the Kung Fu grip.
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe and Evel Knievel. They were the bomb.
Oh, Evil son. I had the Evel Knievel.
I had that little wind-up motorcycle.
Dang
We
right,
put a bunch of miles on that thing.
Yeah, I had the. We were poor though. I couldn't. Mom and Dad couldn't afford to get me the G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip like I wanted.
You got a Barbie doll and dressed him up, didn't you?
No, I got the Big Jim rescue unit, which was very cool.
Yes.
Had a big crane on it and stuff. You know, somebody stuck in a tree, you could rig that crane up there and get them right out.
I had one of them big old G.I. Joe Jeeps. Not the one you could ride in, but you know the one I'm talking about. It was about 1.5 feet long.
Mm-hmm.
It never worked out of the box. I think she must have got it at a yard sale or something because she never would take it back and get one that did work.
Mm-hmm.
But you still liked it.
I pushed it many a mile.
You still liked it, didn't you?
She probably sabotaged it where I'd have to push it.
Well, last night was the finale of The Bible. It was that was a very good series. One of the most watched television hit mini-series in the history of television. And of course, Jesus died on the cross last night and arose from the tomb, and they coincided that with Easter on purpose. So that was a great series. If y'all didn't catch it, I would highly recommend watching that. It's very, very interesting.
I recorded
Most watched thing of the year.
Yeah,
so far.
Yep, and nobody wanted to touch it. So that's they showed them. They showed them, no doubt.
And The Walking Dead was a season premiere last night too.
And I've never watched.
Talk about Jesus and The Walking Dead.
I've never watched one single episode of that, but I'll tell you what I watched last night for the first time ever. I've never been a guy that watched these type shows, and I watched it last night, and I was absolutely riveted. The Voice. Blake Shelton and Usher and Shakira and Adam Levine. That show right there is that's pretty cool. That's some good uplifting stories. A guy had up there singing, trying to make it. His mom was battling cancer. It tells all these feel good stories and all that. But you talking about competitive? When they flip them chairs around, they fight over them contestants, and it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool show. I could see myself. It's not. It ain't like basketball, baseball, or football. It ain't gonna make me actually wait, be anticipating for Saturday to get here so I can watch a game or nothing. But if it's on, I'm gonna watch it if I ain't got nothing else to do. It's pretty interesting. I can see why people can get addicted to it. Unlike some of these other crazy shows.
It's a pretty good show. It's I've seen it several times. Blake Shelton, he does a real good job on there. I think he's been on there every year.
He's won it. He's won it the last 2 years. He's his team has, I should say.
But yeah, it's a pretty good show.
Or 2 out of the last 3 or something like that. But he's pretty dominant. Usher last night said he was telling one of them that that Blake Shelton, he may be from the state of Nashville, but he could take them worldwide, and they said it. Nobody said nothing, and Blake said, "Well, I'm still reeling, because I just found out that the city I live in is a state," and they made fun of old Usher.
Yes, they did. Hey, let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors.
Good gracious, it's turkey season, and y'all are talking about Usher.
Yeah, ain't that bad?
I hear you,
Pat Hill, what's happening, man?
There ain't nothing wrong with some Usher. Come on.
Yes, yesterday morning, my son dropped a little money in the plate. That's kind of Usher we.
There you go.
Yeah, we did the same thing. We did the same thing.
Well, we're gonna try to put him on a bird this morning. Everybody saying birds are too henned up, or folks on birds already.
Well, you killed one last week, didn't you?
I did.
Well, that one henned up.
If I killed him, son, that's the dumbest bird on earth. I go ahead and do.
That's right. Well, tell us what happened there. I never did get the story.
Oh man, I was leaving. I got to my place and it was underwater, and so I piddled around for an hour or so, and I actually was fixing to leave, and I was standing at the hood of my truck and called one more time, and he gobbled about 80 yards in front of me. I ran and got set up, and gobbled again, and was actually going to a swamp. I guess he likes the sound of a really bad fake old hen. And so he came right on in there and committed suicide.
Good deal. Now, you were over at Country Goes Hunting. You filmed Ashton Shepherd. Did y'all get on any birds?
We got on a couple of birds, and I called a bird to the guy. The guy told us, he said, "Now, Pat, you can't get off our property." He said, "So just go where you want to." I said, "All right." So I had a bird coming to us, and about 80 yards, the bird just quit. Went a little ways further, doggone, so we sat about 20 minutes, and I got up and went, walked up to where it was, going to try to get set up again, and got to a fence. I called the guy, and he said, "Yeah, that ain't our property." That's simple. Man, I thought you said we couldn't get off of it. But yeah, we had a good time, and they had to cut out kind of early that morning. I was with Jeff Bates that Thursday morning, me and him and Danny Brewer, and man, we had 2 big birds fly down on us, and about 15 minutes later they flew back up. All we can figure is a coyote or a bobcat or something came in and got in there on them. So.
Yeah, that's odd. You don't see that every day. Well, usually when they hit the ground, they stay down.
They did. They flew right back up into the roost.
Y'all must you must not put your scent killer on or something. It must have smelled you.
I think Jeff Bates.
Oh yeah, he stinks. Jeff stinks anyway. Yeah.
I'm taking Jackson this morning. We're gonna try to get him on one.
Well, turn your radio up when you get off the phone, and we'll give a shout out to old Jackson.
That sounds good. All right, boys,
Pat.
y'all have a good one.
All right, let us know how you do.
All right.
All right, see you. Pat Hill, voice of Hunt is Good TV, taking his young man Jackson. Jackson, I hope you are awake and you are ready to pop you a turkey this morning. Listen to your daddy's instructions and have a good time out there, and I know you'll remember it forever. So, Jackson, good luck, buddy. We want you to kill you one this morning.
Yes, sir. Good luck and kill you one and post it to the Good Outdoors, and we'll get it up there.
Yes, sir. I saw a fine Easter photo of Jackson on Facebook yesterday. He was dressed up in his Sunday best, looking handsome. Like it had to be handsome like his mama, because his daddy sure ain't no good-looking man. He may have a great voice, but that's about as far as it goes. Love you, Pat.
Hey. Oh, man.
If you're going fishing today, you're going to want to hit it from sunrise till about 8:30, 9 o'clock. But if you'll go back about an hour before sunset tonight, anywhere between 7 and 9, I think they're going to jump in the boat by themselves the way it looks on this graph.
Really?
That might be good to go fishing.
Yeah, it's pegged out.
And what time is that?
Between, I'm going to say
7 to 9?
6:30, from 6:30 to 7 o'clock till maybe 9.
Well, good. Well, the T3 tip of the day is this is spring break here in Lowndes County and maybe some surrounding areas. Take a kid with you fishing or hunting or anywhere out in the good outdoors. I can't give you a better tip than that, and I know Judd out there at T3 would agree with me. He sees it every day, men and women coming in with their children and introducing them to the outdoor sporting activities, and no better time than to spend some time if you can get off of work like Pat or go in early before you go to work like Pat's probably doing. Take your kid with you and teach him about the good outdoors, and we'll have a friend for life in the good outdoors. So
let me tell you, Mitch, from T3, he called me Friday morning. He went out there with me hunting. He had that decoy set, that new decoy set they got on sale up there with that Jake that the fan let up and down. He'll turn some. Now that looked realistic sitting out there. And we did have 2 hens come by. We didn't. I mean, no gobblers, no gobbling nowhere out there. That's kind of pretty much what I heard all weekend long. But that's a nice decoy, man. I stopped by there Saturday to talk to Mitch for just a minute, and T3 was packed.
Yeah, they were doing
loaded.
good over there.
They said they'd been busy all day long.
Yep. There's a reason for it. You get that personal one-on-one service that you don't get at some of the big box stores. You go in there and you got a question. You don't have to hunt anybody down. You got Mitch up there, Judd, Andy Armilio. He's got plenty of people up there. I don't know all their names, but there's plenty of help up there. If you got a question, and there's no such thing as a dumb question either. You get up there and ask a question, they're right there to help you.
If you go in there and you ask bow boy Mitch,
he ain't
about a bow, and you walk away from there and you don't know everything about a bow from one end to the other of it, there's something bad wrong with you.
Mitch is a walking wealth of information.
Yes, he is. He's got it.
Yes, sir. So we winding it on down this morning. I tell you, time flies. We hear our next to the last segment here. So
Pat, you just sent me a picture. Now you gotta tell me who that is. Ronnie, who do you think that is?
Oh, I know who that is. That's
I know who that is.
Yeah,
I remember that young man.
I don't understand why he put that caption under the picture though.
I don't know why you got a Georgia Tech hat on.
I guess he got mad at me saying that about his voice, but that's a handsome young man, right? Look at the muscles on him, dude, all toned up.
I don't know about handsome. Oh my!
All the ladies at Lowndes House thought I was handsome.
Good grief!
I don't know about now, but that was back in the day. That was only like 10 years ago.
It didn't take a lot to impress them back then. They thought I was cute too. So,
I tell you one thing, I am a lot whiter now than I was back then.
Yeah.
Don't get out in the sun. That'd put your eye out right there, wouldn't it?
That is something else.
I don't know why he had to do that. He got to get all mad about it.
Why has he got it on his phone is what I want to know.
Because he saved us. It's his screensaver.
Come on.
Pat, you got me on your screensaver, brother. Hey, that's all right. I ain't going to charge you for it.
That was pretty funny. This picture, Steve, don't worry. You'll be able to see it in just a minute, everybody. Just tune into the Good Outdoors Facebook page, and it'll be posted right up there for everybody to see.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks for listening. We'll be right back here on the Good Outdoors.
So, Dawson, is Dad still ill about you calling him out on his shooting ability?
I don't think so, but I have seen him on the range a lot more lately.
Dad always says practice makes perfect.
That's what he says, but I don't think it works for adults.
Why do you say that?
Well, from the look of his scorecard, it's making it worse.
Dawson, bring me some more shotgun shells.
Okay, Dad.
If you need some practice, come by Southwind Clays and Quail on the Quitman Highway just past the river headed towards Quitman. With a top-notch clubhouse, a 5-stand, sporting clays range, as well as a rifle and pistol range, Southwind has what you need to succeed. World-class quail hunting is also available with some of the finest bird dogs around.
Dad sure shoots a lot.
Yeah, if he keeps this up, Mom's gonna be mad.
Why is that?
Because he's spending all Mom's shopping money on shotgun shells.
Hi, I'm Barry Broom with Allstate Insurance Company. I'm a big fan of the great outdoors. There are many recreational activities that allow us to enjoy God's creation. There's boating, camping, hunting, hiking, fishing. Think about all the gear, equipment, and vehicles that we have that make those times outdoors so memorable. When it comes to protecting and insuring your firearm, your boat, RV, camper, four-wheeler, even your golf cart, think of me, Barry Broom, your Allstate agent. Call me at 229-244-9856 or visit me online at barrybroom.com. Go make a memory. Enjoy your great outdoors.
Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has been serving South Georgia and North Florida for over 3 decades. With 9 locations in the South, Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a full-line distributor for all welding and industrial supplies. The Jones mission is to provide quality products at a competitive price in order to supply the best service available. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has built a reputation for good, honest, old-fashioned service. For a location near you, visit www.joneswelding.com. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a proud supporter of the good outdoors. Val Optics on Patterson Street in Valdosta, Georgia has been providing 1-hour service for 25 years. From eyeglass repair to eye exams conducted by one of 2 on-site optometrists, Val Optics is there for all of your eyesight concerns. There is no need for an appointment and most insurances are accepted. Val Optics also accepts outside prescriptions. So if you need eyeglass repair or an eye exam, stop by Val Optics at 601 North Patterson Street, Valdosta, Georgia. 25 years in business says it all.
So you need a car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Midway Auto Emporium at 4189 Bemis Road, Valdosta, Georgia. Cameron and Melissa Tucker has been serving the Valdosta area for over 7 years now. They are a family-owned and operated local business with hometown values and still believe in handshake deals. With a great selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, with a Carfax report on every one of them, along with bank financing at all credit levels and interest rates as low as 1.85% with approved credit. 4189 Bemis Road, or visit their website at midwayautoemporium.com.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
Welcome back to the Good Outdoors. This is our wrap-up segment brought to you by Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail out on the Quitman Highway. Go just across the river as you head to Quitman and turn right at the sign that says Southwind, and go up there and check John's place out. Excellent facility for sporting clays, rifle and pistol range, party house out there for birthdays, and that's a great outdoor activity. John's a great supporter. We appreciate everything. So visit Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail today. And lawmakers have been sparring over the gun control bill, and one of the headlines this morning I'm reading here, it says the provision called the sweet spot of the gun control bill that the Democrats want. And all along, they've been trying to get it passed just because of that. And GOP Senator Lindsey Graham says the proposed gun control legislation is going nowhere. So evidently, it's fixing to fizzle out and be gone for a while till it rears its ugly head again. But it's not going anywhere. It doesn't look like. And gun and ammunition makers are facing new state limits. They're urged to move out of those states. Like I know there's one in Connecticut that's that's wanting to move out of Connecticut because of some of the legislation. Colorado, the same thing. One of those places is already shut down in Colorado and started to move. So that's going to get some attention to some lawmakers. You start losing jobs and revenue, tax-based revenue from stupid laws like that. It's going to. It may not wake them up, but it's going to make them think, this ain't adding up, So
you know what? Tim Keller had talked about House Bill 207. It did pass.
Oh yeah, it did pass.
So we're going to have a youth and mobility impaired persons early season, 2-day season, the weekend before turkey season starts. As far as I know, that's what it's going to be.
Definitely 2 days, and definitely youth and disabled. So that's a good thing. I'm glad it passed. I don't see how in the world that could have not passed. The only thing that would have made it not pass is the pork they were adding to it. So luckily they did the right thing and passed that law. I know that they at a point they had tried to attach an amendment or a rider to it that adjusted the line between north and south, and but evidently that either passed along with it or got taken off of it. So good job, guys. Kudos to our legislation for passing a good bill, and I just don't think anybody can disagree with it.
Nope, they sure can't. Not in their right mind.
Nope.
Anything adding to turkey season is great.
That's right.
Well, that's right. So Tim may actually be thinking about making his event for
Talent Outdoors that weekend, and it wouldn't interfere with.
Oh man, it would be a lot better too because the turkeys cooperate better either early or on into the season. So I think it'd be just a better thing all around.
Yep, any time in the woods is a good time. So
I wish they'd make it 2 weeks for the season. What we had this 2 weeks for the season this year would have been fun.
Yeah, it would have.
Oh well, we'll take what we can get.
That'll happen again though. You keep going out there, you'll catch them. It's inevitable.
It's going to happen.
You'll be out there at the right time, and they'll be gobbling at it again. You know, I remember last year. Trey went up to Doc's place, or was it last year or the year before? Anyway, he went up there and got in the swamp there, and the birds. He had 8 or 9 just gobbling, just like crazy. That was on Saturday morning, and he couldn't go Sunday morning, so I went back up there, and lo and behold, there wasn't nothing talking. You know, so that's just the way it goes. You got to be at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, I mean, I've had it happen. Like I was telling Matt, you know, he's new to turkey hunting. He says, "Is this normal?" I said, "Well, I'm not going to say it's a normal thing, but it has happened to me many times in the past." And I've been over to Lakeland before on a Saturday morning and have them gobble their full head off and go back Sunday morning and nothing.
It's just like it's the same as fishing or deer hunting. You know, you know, many times. How many times we go down to Occidental, you know, and just tear them up one day, and the very next day, absolutely nothing seemingly different. I mean, the same exact conditions, so as far as you could tell, and yet they wouldn't bite.
Yeah,
you should have told Matt. Just, you know how he can believe some things. It's not me, it's you.
He kept telling me he was sorry. I said, "Man, you ain't got nothing to be sorry about. You're walking around with the gun. I'm walking around with the calls, and I ain't doing nothing. I'm not doing my job." You know, he said, "No, don't worry about that." So, but it's happened so many times before, and I know it's going to come full circle. And hopefully by this weekend when he can go again, that it'll be full circle.
You closed your book. You out of Might Be a Rednecks?
No, I got plenty more Might Be a Rednecks. I got some good ones highlighted right here.
They're not going to top the crazy laws we talked about on Friday, though.
No, I've heard about that and heard about that.
Yeah, that's bad
you might
stuff.
be a redneck if your lawnmower has more horsepower than your wife's car, but no blade. Racing lawnmowers.
You might be a redneck if your front porch collapses and kills more than 3 dogs.
Speaking of lawnmowers,
you roll your pickup truck and you laugh about it.
You might be a redneck if you keep a can of Raid on the kitchen table.
I think Jeff Foxworth has covered the redneck stuff. Did y'all see? Have y'all been in Lowe's lately?
No.
They actually have. This was in Waycross the other day. They actually have a hybrid electric/gas lawnmower now. You can use up the electric part of it and then switch over to gas.
Why don't they make one that's fueled off of grass?
Maybe because it just won't work.
That's possible.
Yeah. Now they can make they do already have a vehicle that can run off of hydrogen. They had one. Matter of fact, over in Blakely, there's a gentleman that lives there that's got one. It's a big old F600 truck, Ford. 100% hydrogen. You can't even put gas in it. All you do is you pull up when it needs to be refueled. I use that term loosely. You pull up to the water hose and you fill it full of water, and it converts that water to hydrogen or something there, and it runs off of hydrogen completely. But the problem is,
have you bought a bottle of water lately?
The problem is that thing is $220,000. That's what it costs for that technology to run off of water. But that truck runs solely off of hydrogen, I should say, not water. But the technology is there, and I don't know how many miles to the gallon it gets, but who cares? I mean, you fill it full of water, for God's sake. That's less than the $3.50 a gallon you're paying for gas. Everybody's laughing and having their laugh about the Facebook post.
Did you see what Delphia Monk put on there?
Who?
Girl from Nashville, Barron County. She put on there, "Wow, look at those," and the next post, shorts. That is some funny stuff right there.
She's gonna be dreaming about me tonight, there's no doubt.
Oh, good gracious. I don't know, Pat, I'm still worried. It's funny, buddy, but I'm still worried about you, man. You got this on your phone, and I'm worried about that,
Pat. I'm gonna explain that to y'all. The reason it's on his phone is we were hog hunting. We took the kids hog hunting up around Macon there at Greg Earl's place, and we were texting back and forth about what we were seeing, and I sent that picture to Pat saying this just walked out of my food plot, and he texted me back and said, "My God, man, shoot that thing!" And that's the reason. Yeah, that's the reason. I didn't realize he was going to use it to basically blackmail me or embarrass me. So I will be getting you back there, voice. Yep. The redneck James Earl Jones. That's who Pat is. Anyway, it's all in good fun. It'll change some lives. It'll probably be the most. Y'all get on our Facebook page at The Good Outdoors with a Z and like that photo, because my goal is to make it the most liked photo on our page. So I'm gonna need some help. Probably lots of help.
Let's go viral.
Yeah, it needs to go viral.
It's already making me a little nauseated.
Yeah, it is a virus. It is a virus.
I'm like you, Daryl. I'm still kind of hung up on the fact that Pat has that on his phone.
Yeah, I'm still worried about Pat. I mean, I like Pat.
Hey,
I'm just worried about him.
Because they're checking it out.
You're right. I can't say I'm disappointed that y'all questioned him.
When he posted it, I shut my Facebook page down.
And the Georgia Tech had on that, really?
Yeah, I don't know what was up with that. Georgia Tech. I think I was.
You must have borrowed that from somebody.
No, I think about along that time I had a friend or somebody I knew playing at Georgia Tech. I can't remember what the deal was. But
I don't either.
I will say this: it had nothing to do with the football team. So let's clarify that right now. And then it could have been it was a free hat. That was probably kind of like the shorts. The shorts were obviously free.
Now, Pia wants to figure out how she can Photoshop some new shorts on you, because those shorts are just.
That's what we used to wear. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, see, Ronnie. You notice Ronnie ain't laughing too hard because he had the same pair of shorts.
I've got some of the same pictures, so I'm not of Steve.
Oh, Ronnie,
not
you
of
got
Steve.
Steve's picture too.
I knew you was fixed to.
What in the world?
That's why I immediately started covering up.
Oh, golly!
I was younger.
There's a lot
I was
of
like
people.
The cat then. As soon as I made the mess, I tried to cover it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people liking that.
Yeah, way too many people liking that. I'll have to delete that one. Oh man, 1 minute left. I'll tell y'all what, I've enjoyed this morning's show. I'm gonna go back home and get me some rest before I got to go to work though.
Are you?
Yep, because I'm done with the turkeys for a day or two. I might go back tomorrow, depending on the weather, but I'm done today. They can have the woods. Don't worry. I wouldn't be a threat to you if I was there, obviously. So you got it all.
Today is the day they're gobbling their fool heads off. You do realize that?
I imagine so.
That's carrying on. Like Daryl's not here.
I'm a little disappointed that he ain't going. Honestly, kind of lets me down a little bit.
I got stuff in the truck. I could go.
You cannot kill him if you don't go.
Well, if I had a video game at home, I could.
Well, that's true.
But I don't
can't
own
eat
one.
video games.
I don't own one. Hey, I hear the Good Outdoors calling my name there with the song coming on, so it's time to get out there and get after it and go to work today and wad up my stuff from my breakfast this morning.
Everybody's cleaning up.
Y'all have a good day in the Good Outdoors.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Toodles.
You've been listening to The Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie. Join us every weekday at 4:30 when we'll do it again.